So growing up for me, I was always a big sports guy. Growing up, I was a two-sport guy. I love football. I love basketball for as long as I really can remember. So when I grew up, like for me, when I would come home from school, I would just love playing sports. My bigger brother played football, so I would love going to his games, kind of seeing how he interacts on the field with his guys, with his friends, and stuff like that. So for me, I always wanted to play football. He was kind of my idol. I wanted to be like him. So growing up, I played football and basketball all the way up to high school. I played football all the way up to high school, and I played basketball further on down the road. But for me, I feel like for sports, I always had like favorite players growing up. Like Michael Vick was my favorite football player when I was younger. So just knowing that I could use him in like a video game or something just was always just like a dope concept to me. Like, wow, I can use my favorite player. I can play with him on a game. I can throw passes with him. I can create my own player. So that I feel like that's what kind of carried me over to Madden and sports games and things like that. So that definitely sparked my interest. But I feel like what made me really fall in love with Madden is, like I said, I played football and basketball growing up, both the sports. When I played in ninth grade, going into high school, I was playing football with a few of my buddies out in the front yard, and I went to hurdle a guy and tried to jump over him, and my legs got clipped, and I fell right on my shoulder.
Oh.
Yeah, and I ended up breaking my collarbone. So
oh no, that's painful.
I know it was really bad. I was crying and everything. It was bad.
Yeah.
So my shoulder was messed up. I went home. I told my mom about it. She took me to the urgent care, and they ended up telling me, like, you broke your collarbone. You're out for a few months. And from that day forward, my mom told me that there's no more football. We're not doing it no more. Because I feel like I was good at both sports, but you could tell basketball kind of came easier to me. Like, I was just more natural at it. So football was done from that point, and I always still had that love and that passion for it. So I feel like Madden kind of filled that void for me, being able to still play football. I know it's not out on the field and stuff like that, but still being able to play Madden and kind of live through the game a little bit, I feel like that was definitely a lot of help for me to fill in my love for football.
Yeah. So what was like your first Madden? Like, how did you get into it?
My first Madden, wow, I feel old. My first Madden was Madden like 07. It was
Okay, some people's Maddens are like, their first Madden is like in the 90s. That's not,
Right.
07 is not that bad.
No, I guess you're right. It was like 07. I ended up getting it from a GameStop. I went there with a few of my boys. I got it kind of late. I think Madden 08, 09 was out. I got it like an old Madden. It was real cheap. My mom said she'll buy it for me. It was like $5 or something like that.
Yeah.
So I ended up getting it. I played it with with a few of my buddies and a few of my cousins, and we just loved it. And it was just Madden ever since then.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. So other than like Madden, were there any other games that you grew up playing?
Call of Duty. I love Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I love Call of Duty growing up. I feel like that was one of my first games I played that kind of got me attached to playing video games, just being able to be in a party with your friends and stuff like that. We would play mini games. I don't know if you ever heard of like Michael Myers on Call of Duty, like
No, I haven't.
like Michael Myers and Cops and Robbers.
Oh, okay. I've heard of Cops and Robbers, yeah.
So we just make up little games,
Yeah.
me and my friends, and we would just do that in a little private match, and it was just great. I loved it.
That's so cool. That sounds so fun. So, like, when was this? Like, how old were you?
I would probably say like middle school, so probably like 12, 13 years old.
What was your console?
Xbox. I was
Xbox?
always an Xbox guy.
But you qualified on PlayStation, right?
I know,
Didn't you?
yeah. I made the transfer recently. I was always an Xbox person. Like growing up, I love Xbox. Everybody would say PlayStation better. I would really get mad. Like, no, it's not.
Listen, people who play PlayStation are so loud. They're like Eagles fans.
Nah, definitely.
They're really.
Wait. I'm an Eagles fan. I love Eagles.
Are you an Eagles
my
fan?
Favorite team. Eagles my favorite team. So I can't let
Okay,
you go
but
there.
listen, Eagles fans are loud.
No, we are.
You can agree with that.
Yeah, we
okay?
are. We're passionate. I would say passionate.
Okay, so PlayStation fans are passionate.
Passionate. They're passionate for the game. They love it. They're going to ride for that PlayStation every time.
So why did you switch then to PlayStation?
I feel like Xbox was just like, it wasn't anything about the console. I just feel like it was just kind of laggy on Xbox. Like, it's just a lot more smooth for PlayStation for me, personally.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
That's understandable.
yeah.
I mean, so now it's the Madden is cross-platform, so it doesn't really matter
Right,
like
exactly.
what console you play on,
Yeah.
but you're still on PlayStation.
I'm still on PlayStation. I feel like I'm just comfortable with it. I didn't want to just keep swapping back and forth. I think I'm just going to just ride out with PlayStation.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So getting into competitive Madden, when did
Right.
you feel like this is something you could do? This is something you could compete in?
That's a good question. So I played Regs. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with Regs. Regs is just
Regs is the only game mode I play. I refuse.
Oh, really?
I don't want to spend money on the game.
I feel you on that, definitely. So I played Regs a lot because, I had, other obligations. I played basketball at the time, so I didn't have time to really compete. So I was more so just turn the game on and play. Like, that's what it was for me. But I would join, like, tournaments on, like, PL and things like that, on, like, Regs tournaments. And I would compete with some of the guys I'd be watching on Twitch, like some of the best players, some of the known names. I'm kind of like, hold on, I'm kind of good at this. Like, I might actually be nice. So I always told myself once, like, the basketball season was over, I was going to kind of take some time to try to dive in the mud. So that's where that came from.
So tell me about you playing basketball then.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
so,
talk about that.
So for me, I kind of had a bumpy road, and I kind of moved around a lot in basketball. So I grew up in Ohio. So I grew up in Ohio, in Dayton, Ohio. So I ended up getting a scholarship offer to play for the University of Akron. That's kind of in the Cleveland area in Ohio.
Okay.
So that was the first school I ever went to, was the University of Akron. Things didn't really work out there, so I transferred my sophomore year to a junior college called Indian Hills, which is in Iowa, the middle of nowhere, just Iowa. Like, it's a small town, nothing going on, just Iowa. But I feel like I needed that just to be isolated from everything and kind of just lock in and focus on my goals moving forward. I feel like that kind of made me more of a man and put everything in perspective for me. So after that, I had a really good season. I ended up being an All-American that season, and ended up getting a scholarship offer to go to Cleveland State, which is closer to home so my family can come to the games. A lot of people can see me play more because Iowa was 12 hours away, so nobody really could watch me play in person as much. So I went to Cleveland State. Things were great at Cleveland State. I would honestly say those were some of the best years of my life being at Cleveland State. I built some lifelong friendships there. The relationships I built there, I feel like will last with me forever. I still in contact with a lot of those guys today. We had a lot of success there, had a lot of memories. So, I'm just grateful for my experience at Cleveland State.
That's awesome. When did you graduate?
I graduated in 2017.
Okay.
2017. No, wait. I'm talking about high school. I'm tripping. Wow.
That was high school?
I'm tripping. Oh, my God. I graduated 2021.
Okay.
So
cool.
It's been a little while.
Yeah. Do you miss playing basketball? Do you still play basketball?
I definitely still play, but I wouldn't say as often. I do miss it from time to time. When I sit down and I just watch because a lot of my teammates still play because I had teammates that were younger. So watching them play, I definitely still miss it. But I kind of live through them, seeing them, their excitement and how much fun they're having. I kind of get it. Just kind of live through them.
So what's your favorite basketball team?
Come on, that's easy. The Lakers.
The Lakers?
I love Kobe Bryant. I'm a huge Kobe fan. If you see my gamer tag, I always got 24 at the end of it. My name on Instagram, Twitter, it's always a 24 at the end. Cause I just love Kobe Bryant. Just everything he stands for, his work ethic, his dedication, just everything. I just loved him. He's like my idol growing up.
So when did you start becoming a Lakers fan? If you can remember, obviously you said growing up.
Yeah, growing up.
Yeah.
Honestly, as long as I can remember, my room growing up was always Lakers, just Lakers everything. Kobe posters everywhere, Magic Johnson. My bed set was Lakers. I wore number 24. I played in Kobe's shoes. Just for as long as I can remember, it's just everything was just Lakers, Lakers, Lakers.
That's awesome. That's super cool.
Thank you.
Getting back into Madden,
right?
Going into this competition, have you played it in MCS before? Have you played in tournaments? Obviously there's smaller tournaments throughout the week usually. This year Dotimus said this, it's really, really good for competitive tournaments, right. Probably because of the cross platform.
Right. Well, I played in a lot of tournaments, nothing in person, so this is kind of new for me. So I've never played an in-person tournament, but I feel like I'll be okay. I feel like I can handle this stage. And definitely, I feel like my road to get here was really hard. I played a lot of good players coming in. I played Mr. Football, Joe Rice, Astro, a lot of good guys. So I feel like I'm battle-tested, and being able to beat them definitely gave me a lot of confidence, which I feel like will help me out here.
So what do you do to prepare for not only like this tournament but games? I mean, if you're going into a game and like you see Henry's name, like what do you
Right.
do? Like what's going through your mind?
I just have a confidence about myself. I want to go against Henrys and getting like top names like that, but to prepare, I just get a lot of reps in. I feel like Madden is just like anything else in life. It's just about reps. How many times you play the game, all the learning little things that can give you advantages and things like that. So I feel like I put the work in. So it's just all about executing at that point.
Definitely. What about like nerves? Do you get nervous? I mean, obviously you've played college basketball, so that might play a little bit into it, but
I've always been a really even keel guy. I never really get too high, too low. I stay neutral for the most part. So as far as nerves, I don't feel like I really get that nervous. I mean, who's to say maybe I do get some jitters when I get out there, but I feel like I'll be fine. I don't think I will.
You think you'll be fine?
I think I'll be good. Yeah, I'll be fine.
Who are you most scared to play?
Scared is a crazy word to use.
Okay, so like who are you most like I don't know, like nervous to play?
Nervous to play? I feel like I match up well with everyone here. I feel like just for me personally, I kind of play different than everyone else. I kind of got a unique play style. I don't really run like the meta offense or anything like that. I'm kind of off meta. So I feel like I'm really at the advantage from everybody I'm playing because they all run bunch and they all run things that people really get thousands of reps against because everybody runs bunch, so you see it so often. So I can't really just name anybody who just makes me nervous right now. If it's a matchup I would say I would want to play Dodamus in the championship because we played some games on PL and he's kind of got the better of me in most of them.
Yeah. Well, going back into saying like you're kind of an off meta, tell me like what's your scheme? Like what do you play? Like what's off meta? I mean, obviously bunch and some people are trips this year. So
yeah, exactly.
What's off meta?
Off meta for me, so I run the spread playbook. So the spread playbook, it has a lot of different unique formations that a lot of people don't run. So for me, I run like a split formation. So it's two running backs in the backfield and there's 3 receivers out there, and no one really runs it. But it has like a lot of screen plays, a lot of option plays. It's kind of like a college football type of playbook, honestly, because there's a lot of misdirection plays, kind of throw you off guard. So it's just really unique. And I think my play style is like just versatile. I run like a lot of different formations. So it's like you can't really like just figure me out because I'll run a different formation this play or I'll run a different formation the next play. I honestly be freestyling a little bit out there.
Well, really?
Yeah,
freestyling,
I honestly be freestyling a little bit.
That's cool. So do you think that that's going to help you then?
I feel like that kind of puts me at an advantage because I'm just hard to prepare for it because I'm freestyling myself. So it's like if I don't even know what I'm running, there's no way you know what I'm about to run next. You know what I mean?
So you're just going to go out there tomorrow and just like kind of pick something random and just throw it?
It's not really random. I feel like I see what he doesn't like me running. So if I feel like, so he's having trouble slowing this down, I would stay in it for a while. But I'm definitely mixing up plays just to figure out what you don't like to see going into the game.
So in Madden, like who like kind of got you into the competitive aspect of Madden? Like how did you, obviously like you kind of got into it because you thought that you were pretty good at it, but like who was your role model going into Madden?
Role model. So I always, even though I didn't play and compete, I always kept up with the MCS and watched it on Twitch and, seen some of those guys I was playing. Mine, I would say, is his name's Serious Mo. He's from Ohio also, and I would always play against him growing up in regs and stuff like that, and he would beat me all the time. Like, he would beat down on me, like, to the point where I felt like he was picking on me. He would text me, like, yo, you on, let's play, like. And for me, I got too much pride to let somebody just keep beating me over and over and over. So I feel like him beating me definitely made me want to actually lock in, like, all right, I got to get better at this game so I can eventually start beating him. And I feel like it definitely got to that point.
Oh, totally. I mean, like, look where you're at now.
Yeah,
like, now
exactly.
you're at the MCS, so totally.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely worked out for me in my favor.
So who is the hardest person you've ever had to play? Like, what's been your hardest game?
Hardest person I ever had to play. I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't say like nobody's just as hard. I have like, Madden is a matchup kind of game. It's like you will beat somebody and a player you lose to can beat that person. Like, I don't know. It's just all about matchups. I feel like a bad matchup for me when I play Madden is usually it be Noah when I play against Noah. I don't know why. What makes it such a bad matchup? I mean, he runs trips. He kind of plays like K-Mac. They run trips. They both run dollar. They play real similar. But I just feel like every time I play him, I don't know, like things just always go in his favor. I don't know what it is. Maybe he has my number or what. But that's definitely it's a bad matchup for me, honestly. Definitely.
Yeah. Well, what has been your most memorable match to date?
Memorable match.
I mean, if I were to guess something, it would probably be you qualifying.
Right.
But other than that, I mean,
I would say the game versus Astro. Looking to the camera, Astro. I'm sorry I had to do it, but I feel like I battled a lot of adversity in that game versus Astro. That was the win and get in game. Mm-hmm. So whoever won that game was gonna make it here. It could easily be Astro in the seat right now, but playing that game. I was up 7 going into the half, so I had all the momentum into the game. He ended up scoring on a play right before half for 60 yards. He had no timeouts. It was a play that you should never give up. And he made a pass, and he just did a whole bunch of jukes, and he kind of put me on a highlight tape. He made me look bad. He did a whole bunch of jukes and jurtles, and he ended up scoring. And he ended up getting the ball at half and scoring after that. So he took all the momentum just like that, and but I feel like I did a good job of staying composed and poised and battling adversity, and I ended up scoring and ended up getting a stop and scoring at the end. So that was definitely an instant classic, though. Everybody was going crazy in the Twitch chat. It was a good game for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, especially games that get down to the very
right.
last quarter.
Right.
You know, those games are always the most fun to watch.
Yeah, and it was a high-stakes game, too. It was a win to get in, a lot of money on the line, so it definitely was a great game.
Totally. Did you ever think that you were going to be here? I mean, sitting here in Redwood City, at the MCS, did you ever think that you would make it?
I feel like I definitely manifested it. I feel like I knew I could get here because the tournament prior, I was in the same situation with Ash. I was in a win and get in, and I ended up losing in overtime, so if I would have won that game, it was versus some series. So I ended up losing him in the win to get in. So I feel like I should have made the last one. So that definitely put a chip on my shoulder going into this tournament. All right, I got to lock in. I got to secure the bag and win that win to get in game.
So you've had a good winning streak for them recently. I mean, a good
right.
streak so far. Right. So you're looking to
I'm confident,
yeah, obviously looking to probably win this tournament.
I'm hoping so. That's definitely the plan, to win the tournament. Right now, I'm the number 1 seed. I know that really doesn't mean nothing going into the tournament, but I'm confident. I feel like I'm playing my best Madden right now. So going into these games, I'm definitely going to be really confident.
What is your advice for someone who is looking to get into Madden?
Someone looking to get into it, I would just say I'm living proof that I'm living proof you can do it too. I just started MUT this season. It's my first season playing MUT. I always kept up with it, but it just shows that, if you put the reps in, you get your scheme down. These guys are human. I know these pros, they look super good on Twitch and stuff. They're human. They make mistakes just like everybody else. So you can compete with them. If you put the right time in and you get your reps in, you can definitely be on the stage just like everybody else.
Awesome. So how often do you practice?
That's the thing. I need to start playing more. I really don't play a lot. I probably play 3 hours a day, 3 to 4 hours a day. But no one really plays like me, so I don't have people I can get good reps in, because it's everybody plays a little different. So I gotta learn my scheme by myself, because nobody really plays like me. So it's just a lot of time just sitting in practice, trying to learn new stuff and throwing little wrinkles that can throw people off guard, catch people off guard.
Sweet. Was there anything else you have to say? You want to say anything that you want to tell people
about Madden?
Just anything in general.
Well, I would just say this about Madden. I just feel like it's bigger than Madden. Just this stage right here. If we just speak, one thing I would say I love most about Madden is I feel like it just brings everybody together. No matter, the race, your personality, where you live, it brings everybody together. For this event, for instance, it put everybody under the same roof where you can just all just enjoy playing the game. just enjoy playing video games. They don't have to be Madden. And I'm sure you can relate. I've built relationships with people who I feel like would be lifelong friends through, video games and through Madden. So I feel like the impact that Madden has is definitely bigger than just a video game.
No, I completely agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I have friends that I talk to every single
Right.
day that I met through gaming.
Yep.
And I mean, it's crazy what gaming can do.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, even just like online, like what the internet can do just in general outside of gaming
It's very true.
It's crazy. It's huge. It's awesome.
Very true. Yeah, me too. I talk to people on a regular who I met from maybe a party chat or something like that. So
Yeah.
it's crazy the impact that video games have.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Do you want to tell people like where they can find you?
You can find me on Twitch. My name is QuietStorm1 on Twitch. And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Torrey_24.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
No
I
problem.
appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.